We have been asked to do the energies of 2023, and so we intend to do that right now, and then we'll get into other things as the afternoon goes on. A quick review: the energies of 2022 were completion. It was all about the realization that things were concluding, not ending, because ending has this sort of strange connotation of like loss or death or leaving, right? But conclusion, your need to continue to engage with the energy of it was over. What you wanted to extract from the dynamic, you have extracted, right? The idea that you have gone through the process sufficiently enough. One of the ways we've spoken about this is you can graduate to a next level of education without taking every single class that the school offers. You don't need every single English class to have enough English to move from high school to college. So there's this idea of recognize completion has occurred, and don't get caught up in the idea of, oh, but there's still lessons to learn here, or, oh, there's still things I can extract from this dynamic. It's like, wait a minute. It feels complete. That's enough. That's enough. And so that energy of 2022, that energy of completion has definitely played out very beautifully. And if you are hearing this information for the very first time, we invite you to sit down and recognize the things in your life that did complete. Not overdone in every single way, but just like, wow, I am enough finished with that I can put my attention elsewhere. I don't have to continue to bark up that tree. That's a plenty. That's plenty. That leads beautifully into the energies of 2023, which is revelation. The idea that it will now be revealed. And how we talk about revelation is we have been speaking in our ongoing sessions about the idea that the ceiling is now the floor. The idea that as you have desired or dreamed or wanted or hoped for things, there's always been this sense of a ceiling above you where the idea of lack or fear or habit or the way life has always been or what you imagine you're entitled to always hovered above you as though you have a ceiling above you. And now as we move into the time of revelation, that ceiling, that idea of that's the sky's the limit kind of, not the sky, that's the opposite. The idea that that's the limit, that's as high as I can go, the most I can hope for, and I don't even necessarily think I'll have it, but that's the best I can do. That idea, whatever that used to be, is now the floor under your feet. And there is no ceiling. Then the sky is the limit, and the idea is that as you look out into your world, the field of infinite possibilities is now your home, your playground, the dominion, the domain that you're in. And the field of infinite possibilities is infinite and full of possibilities. That's why we call it the field of infinite possibilities. And so as you experience the field of infinite possibilities as your actual life, the feelings you used to have of, oh, but that's as far as I can dream or as big as I can desire, that is now underneath your feet. That's the ground you start on. The greatest dream I ever had, that's the baseline. And we do not add another ceiling. And so what is there then is a wide open vista, which of course brings up all kinds of things because the way you have interacted with limitation has completely controlled your experience in every single one of your human incarnations. And that limitation being released means now all of a sudden you have all this other way of feeling into your reality that you've never experienced before. We call this disorienting uncertainty, meaning it's uncertain because you don't know what the field of infinite possibilities is able to give you or experiences you're able to have in it. And that is disorienting. And that's just okay. That's just the new thing. You're uncertain, not something to be feared, because uncertainty is the place where all new things are born. You are simply uncertain as a fact because now there's no ceiling. You're in the field of infinite possibilities. Nobody knows what that includes. So that's uncertainty that we accept and appreciate because it's a gift. And it's disorienting, and that's the place we do the work. Because you're disoriented, and the way you have typically responded to disorientation is to try to clamp down, control, restrict, find a new ceiling, get in a smaller box where you can know the sides and feel a little safer. But here we're learning to be present to disorienting uncertainty as a place of empowerment, expansion, evolution, delight, discovery. And what is revealed as you no longer exist within that stance of limitation, control, smallness, what is revealed are things that you never could dream of now. The idea of, oh, well, I think they're saying that this means blankety blank 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 is the wrong path, the wrong idea. Don't go there. We are not telling you what will be revealed. We're telling you in the field of infinite possibilities, with that false ceiling now gone, you literally have infinite ways to experience your life. And as you allow for things to change and evolve and grow, as you allow for disorienting uncertainty to be a place of empowerment rather than a place to fear or hide from, the ways that life will show up for you will be beyond your wildest imaginations. Because the only part of you that can imagine what would be happening is the part of you that has lived in limitation for your entire incarnational history. We call that personality. Your personality has been dictating your experiences. And now, in the time of revelation, in the 2023 energetic, after this year of completion, you have the opportunity to exist, experience, live, explore life without that restriction being the dominant way that you encounter your moments. And that is incredible. So the 2023 energetic is really exciting. Now, we'll add, some people, when hearing this information, imagine that what we mean is things they have hoped will happen in human life, or things they suspected will be disclosed is a word that we'll just use that's a little code word for the people who were like waiting for, they think disclosure, right, of whatever. We really, 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 really encourage you to not limit this infinite thing by imagining revelation means disclosure. Let revelation mean infinite possibilities rather than, oh, I bet what they're talking about is this, because we guarantee you we're not. We're saying, now that the ceiling is the floor and there is no new ceiling and you're in the field of infinite possibilities, as you become able to be in disorienting uncertainty as a place of strength, the number of revelations that are possible, both in how you experience your physical body, how you experience the rest of physicality, and how you experience humanity, have no limits on the epic unfolding for you to experience. That's what we're talking about. So don't let yourself get stuck in a box, because the whole thing about the ceiling being the floor means you don't have to be stuck in a box. So don't go looking for a box to stick this in. Let yourself back up into yourself and say, wow, I feel tempted to imagine what they mean is this. I feel tempted to predict this is what they're talking about. I feel tempted to say, finally, this thing that I've always wished and imagined was going to be disclosed will be disclosed. Don't let yourself do that, because that's just you picking a new box, looking for a new ceiling. Stay in the revelation of disorientation, of uncertainty, of not knowing, and discovering and exploring what is actually possible. Happy New Year.